Hello, welcome back to my channel Boma's Home. This is where we discuss everything related to construction engineering works and share updates on the built environment. In our today's series, we will be discussing Rebars calculations. This is a continuation of our series where we started the concrete construction, considering all the materials that are being required in concrete construction. In our first episode, we did cement weight calculation. Our second episode, we did sand weight calculation. In our third episode, we did granite weight calculation. Today's episode, we'll be looking at the reinforcement bars calculation. Please do well to check out the other 3 episodes on concrete so that you be able to keep yourself informed on how to calculate the weight of all this material in your concrete. Rebars is an essential material in concrete construction, providing tensile strength to the structure. It prevents cracking. It helps the building to retain its strength and also resist fatigue in the building. The benefits of these calculations are enormous. 1, it helps us in our cost estimations. During this stage, we have an idea on how much it will cost us to procure the reinforcement that will be required in the project. 2, it helps in procurement. When we are doing our requisition for ordering of material, we have an idea of the quantities of material that we are going to be required for the project. Number 3, transportation. Logistics is very important for us to know the weight of what we are transporting to be able to hire the appropriate vehicle to transport what we are going to be delivering to our site. Then also, it helps the design team. The structural engineer needs to know this so that they will be able to incorporate this into their design. Also, either as a client or as a contractor, it helps you to know at the end of this calculation, we'll be able to know in a tons of this reinforcement, how many lengths are they supposed to deliver to us? Because in some cases, you might have an experience where your vendors will deliver less if you don't have an idea of the require or the quantities of material when you do your ordering. So you need to know how many length of 10 mm, 16 mm, 12 mm, 8 mm, 16 mm that you have in 1 ton. So at the end of the calculation, you have all this information handy. Without wasting much time, let's go into the calculation. Yeah, welcome to the calculations. So we will be considering 3 lengths, so 3 sizes: 10 mm, 12 mm, and 16 mm. These are the parameters that's going to be helping us during this calculation. The density of steel is 7,850 kg per cubic meter. In this formula, the D is the diameter. 162.28 is a constant derived from steel density, which is this steel density is what we use to derive this 162.28. A standard length of a reinforcement is 12 meter. The reinforcement is usually in 12 meter length. So, without wasting time, we will go into our calculation proper. We are starting with 10 mm. 10 over 162.28. So this will give us 10 square will give us 100 over 162.28 multiplied by 1 meter. It's presumably that we are already calculating considering 1 meter now. So 100 over 162.28 multiplied by 1, this will give us 0.616 kg per meter. Now, we said the standard length of a reinforcement is 12 meters. We are going to multiply this by 12. 0.616 multiplied by 12. So this will give us 7.395 kg per meter. So for a 12 mm length, the weight of 1 meter, one standard length of reinforcement is 7.395 kg per meter. That is the length. Now we are going to do a calculation on how to get how many of this length do we have in 1 ton or 1,000 kilogram. So 1,000 kilogram, which is also equal to 1 ton, over 7.395. If we divide 1,000 divided by 7.395, so that will give us 135 length. So what I'm going to get is 135 length of 10 mm. Of 10 mm. We are only doing 10 mm. This is 10 mm. So for 10 mm, we are going to get 135 length in 1 tons. But in Nigeria markets, what is usually delivered to site is 133 length. That's what the supplier or the vendors usually deliver to site. So this is a calculation for 10 mm. So now we are going to do a calculation for 12 mm. 12 mm. Now we are going to do a calculation for 12 mm. 12 mm. So it will be 12 mm divided by 162.28 multiplied by 1 meter. 162 square will give us 144. 144 over 162.28 multiplied by 1 meter. So this will give us 0.887 kg per meter. Since we said the standard length of a steel bar is 12 meters, so what we are going to do is we are going to multiply 0.887 multiplied by 12. This will give us 10.648 kilogram per meter. So this is the weight of one standard length, which is 12 meters of 12 mm. Now we are going to go further to calculate how many lengths do we have in 1 tons of 12 mm. So what we are going to do is 1,000 kg over, this is kg, over 10.648 kg. So by the time you divide it, that will give us 94 length. 94 length. This is what will be delivered to our site. 94 length. So that's for 12 mm diameter. 12 mm diameter rebars. So the last one we are going to be calculating is the 16 mm. The 16 mm. So what I'm going to do is just clean these parameters for. So for the 16 mm diameter, 16 mm. So 16 mm square will give us 256. 256. 256 divided by 162.28 multiplied by 1 meter run. So that will give us 1.578. 1.578. That is for 1 meter of 16 mm. The weight will be 1.578 for 1 meter of 16 mm. Now we are going to multiply this 1 meter by the standard length of the reinforcement. The standard length is 12 meters. So 1.578 multiplied by 12 meters. This is 12 meters. So that will give us 18.930 kg per meter. So This is the weight of one standard length of 16 mm. The standard length of 116 mm, it will weigh 18.930. In order for us to get the required length in 1 tons or in 1000 kg of 16 mm, what you're going to do is the standard length 18.930 divided by 1000 kg divided by 18.930 kg. So that will give us 53 length. So what we are going to be getting at the end of the day is 53 length. Now, as a contractor or as a client, as a supervisor on site, all this information should be handy. In our calculation, we derive that for a 10 mm diameter, we be getting 133 to 135 length. Why for 12 mm, what will be delivered to us is 94 length. And for 16 mm, we will get 53 length. So this is the quantities of reinforcement in 1 tons of all the size, all these diameters of rebars. I hope you learned something today. I'll see you on the next one. Please do have to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Bomas Homes, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. Thank you.